Well, guys, happy Sunday. Welcome to Lenin's Kitchen. If you are new to my channel, I recommend you subscribe and tap the notification bell. Select the word all to be notified for when I go live or post a new video. And if you are a current subscriber, I welcome you back to my channel. In this channel, you will find recipes, kitchen-related content, tips, and more. And with that being said, guys, it is 9 o'clock, 7 o'clock in California, Washington, and of course, Arizona. And I just want to say thank you guys for being patient. I had to deal with a couple other live streams, but I decided to come live on this channel. All right, so today this stream will be broken into two sections. Okay, the first thing we are going to do is I am going to make some oven barbecue chicken. This is another YouTube recipe, and as well as while we do that, I'm going to tell you guys an update from yesterday, and I will also mention that I have a video that will be correlating with an update from yesterday. Okay, and so for this first half of Lenin's dinner time, I'm going to focus on getting the chicken prepared and baked. And while that chicken's baking, I'm gonna get stuff ready for the second half of the dinner. Okay, so this recipe is from a YouTube channel known as Tess Cooks for You. She makes really awesome recipes, very easy, and so far many of her recipes I have tried have worked, and this is one of them. So I will leave a link in the description for the exact recipe. I'm going to be making the oven barbecue chicken, as well as jazzing up some barbecue sauce. That, if you guys remember, I made barbecue sauce a while back, and that barbecue sauce I froze, and I'm going to show you guys her method of jazzing up some barbecue sauce. So without further ado, we're going to get started, and I have the chicken here. So let me go ahead and bring all down. I have one person. Okay. So I'm going to bring y'all down, and we're going to go ahead and get started with the chicken. So on this plate, I have 6 chicken thighs. Okay. I am going to pat these dry, and we're going to put them on this broiler pan. And then we're going to take it to a 400-degree oven, and this is going to take a process. So we're going to bake it for the first half hour. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pat the top of the chicken dry. We're going to pat the top of this chicken dry. so that way the seasoning sticks to it, okay? I have the windows open and my fan on the highest setting. So what I'm doing is I am patting the chicken dry so that way the seasoning can stick to it. Okay, so after we have this patted dry, we're going to put it on the baking sheet. Okay. Let me bring all up just a little bit so y'all can see. Right. Okay. All right, now we're going to put the chicken on the baking sheet here. And this is just so that way the juices can separate from the skin. We're going to do 6 chicken thighs. These are bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. Okay. Okay, I'm going to have to pat these again. Take this to the sink. Okay. So I have some garlic salt and some pepper that we're going to use, but I'm going to pat this dry again because when I took it out, it had some water. So I'm just going to go ahead and pat it very good. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pat this really dry. And then we're gonna add what we need to add. Okay, so now is I'm gonna pull the skin and I'm gonna add some garlic salt. I'm gonna actually pull the skin back for Oh, these can get them. Not. Never mind. We're just gonna season them with salt. Okay. Put a thing in my. I'm gonna season both sides with salt and some pepper. Okay, then we're gonna turn and we're gonna season the other side with the same thing. And actually, I'm gonna have this side dry too. We're just patting the second side dry, so that way the seasoning can adhere to it. And I'm gonna go ahead and I know people. Okay, so now we have garlic salt on here, and okay. Now we're gonna turn these back over, and I'm gonna put these in the oven at 400 for 30 minutes. Okay, so let me take these to the oven. For 40 minutes at 400 degrees. Thank you. Okay, now let's see. Okay. All right, 400 for 30 minutes. All right, now let me clean out my area. Then we're gonna start on a couple other things. Okay. All right, we're gonna start on the barbecue sauce. It's very easy. All right, so the only thing that we're going to be using for this is jelly. And you can use whatever flavor jelly you have and whatever flavor jelly you like, okay? So we're gonna be using 1 cup of your favorite barbecue sauce. It can either be homemade or store-bought. And we're also going to be using 1 tablespoon of jelly, okay? Or jam. Let me take it away. Oh my goodness, really? Pepper was okay. Sorry about that, guys. My pepper shaker fell. Okay. Now, I'm going to start with 1 cup of barbecue sauce. This is the same barbecue sauce that I used when I did the brisket dinner. So this is that same exact sauce that I made that night. Okay. Then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of grape jelly. And then I'm going to mix this up with a whisk. Until everything is well incorporated. Okay, and once this is well incorporated, we're going to set it off to the side. And that barbecue sauce, we're just going to bake the chicken. Okay. Now, pardon me while I get the rest of the stuff that we're going to need for the second part here. Okay. Oh. Ready? Okay, so the next thing I'm going to make, well, we're going to actually try to prepare, hopefully, if I can get this done, is I'm going to try my hand at making homemade macaroni and cheese. Now, for this, I'm going to be using 4 tablespoons each of butter and flour. I'm going to make sure this measurement is correct. Oh, you know what? No, this isn't it. I'm sorry, guys. The other one. Oh, there we go. Okay. 4 tablespoons of butter and 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. 2 to 2.5 cups of milk, and half of a 1 pound brick of Velveeta of this processed cheese. And we're also going to be using some shredded cheddar cheese that I have in the fridge. Okay? All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to cut the cheese into cubes. Okay, I'm going to cut the cheese into cubes. And this is half a pound of Velveeta cheese or Country Fair. Okay, we're going to cut it in half. Okay, and then I'm going to cut it the half in half again. And then I'm going to cut the 2 halves in half again. Okay? And this is just so that way it can be easier to melt. And we're going to put it in here. Now this one, this is a little bigger. I'm going to cut it in half. And I'm going to cut the half in half. And that's basically it. Now, like that. Yikes. Okay, we're going to set these off to the side. Okay, and now I need 1/4 of flour. All-purpose flour. Okay? We're going to be making a roux out of these things, so I'm going to put that here. Put this away. Then I'm going to use like around 2 to 2.5 cups of milk. And we are going to actually allow it to sit, come to room temperature, because if we add cold milk to a hot product, se corta, okay? It separates, okay? And that's not good. And not only that, it will take longer for the product to come to temperature, and you'll run the risk of scalding and burning your sauce, which gives it a bitter taste if you burn milk. So I'm gonna add okay. I just want to make sure. We're gonna start with I'd say about maybe okay, 1, 2, and a half. And a half. Ahí. Okay. Ahí está. Okay. So now that we have everything ready for the sauce, we just gotta wait on the chicken. Okay, 13 minutes. So I'm gonna bring the butter and the flour and the whisk to the counter. Okay, and the cheese and milk, and then I have some more cheese that we're gonna add later on. Okay. Now I'm going to bring y'all to the stove. So let me unplug here. Bring y'all over. Try not to make y'all dizzy. Oh my god. That's got caught in the trash. Okay, I'm sorry guys. Okay. Bring y'all over here. Here, like that. Okay, I'm gonna do this. You know what? Let me bring the little tripod. Okay, guys, hold on for just a minute because I'm looking for the other tripod. Okay. So I'm gonna bring y'all over here in just a second. Okay, so we're here at the stove. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get started. All right. We're gonna start with the butter. That is 4 tablespoons or 1/4 cup of butter over medium heat. We're gonna give this a mix here. Until all of this is well incorporated. Now, this recipe for the macaroni and cheese sauce is one that I'm just, winging it. So if y'all have a preferred recipe for your own macaroni and cheese sauce, please use it. You are more than welcome to use your recipe. You don't have to follow this one. Okay, now we have that. Now we're going to slowly add the flour. That is the same amount of flour. a little bit at a time. I'm going to keep stirring this. Okay. Okay. Otro cachito. And the rest of the flour. We just want to cook out the flour. Now all I'm going to do here for this first part, we're going to just focus on the chicken, and actually we're going to focus on this too. So the second part we'll focus on making the rest of the sides as well as assembling. Okay, so make sure that this gets all incorporated. Okay, now we're going to slowly add the milk. Until it becomes thick. Then after that, we're going to keep adding. Okay, we're just going to keep adding until it thickens up. You want to add this very a little bit at a time because you want to make sure that the milk thickens up beautifully. Okay, this is what we want. The chicken's almost done. For the first half hour, Okay, we're going to keep whisking. We're going to keep adding the milk. And we just want to slowly do this until everything gets incorporated. And okay. So now after the first 30 minutes, I'm going to flip the chicken over. Okay. Now I'm going to flip the chicken over. Okay, we're going to flip the chicken over. Okay, 15 more minutes. It goes in the oven. At the same temperature. Okay. Okay. So same temperature for 15 minutes. Let me give this a stir. We're going to continue. I'm going to continue adding the milk. All right. And then I'm going to add a little bit more. Wait, how many people are here? Let me see. Here. Ah, I still have 0. Ah, qué bueno, mija. Qué bueno que no me miran. Está bien. That's fine. Está bien, mijitos. Está bien que no me miran. Okay, then we're going to add the last half of milk. I'm going to allow this to stir. I'm going to stir this. Ahí está. I'm just going to keep stirring until this gets very thick. Then after that, we're going to add the cheese, one or a few cubes at a time. In the meantime, I am going to season this up with some salt que tengo aquí. Gonna be like 2 pinches. And some pepper. Okay, and nutmeg. Let's see, esta es, I'm going to add just a little bit of onion powder. ¿Está? And a couple of shakes of nutmeg. Ahí está. 1/8 teaspoon. We're going to mix this up. Now what we want is we want this sauce to thicken. Just want to keep constantly whisking until you see the sauce start to thicken. Now, once you see the sauce thicken, we're going to add the cheese slowly at a time. Okay. Okay, ahí está. Why is it doing a half camera? Hold on, guys. Ahí está. Okay. There we go. I apologize, guys. It kicked me off. Okay. I accidentally pushed the wrong. Wrong button. Okay. Now you'll see that this is thickening. Just like we wanted. Now we're going to add the cheese, but we're going to do this a cube at a time. Okay. Because what we want is we want this to melt nicely. Let me see who's present. Déjame ver quién está presente. Okay. Yes. Hey, Frank. Okay. I'm just going to add this. You just want to allow this to melt. And we just want this cheese to melt. You know what? I think I'm going to have to add otras dos tazas de leche. Okay, let me see what Frank said. Okay, let me see what you said, Frank. Uh-huh. Okay. We just want this to it's going good. Hey Frank, do you have is there any way I can reach you, dude, off of YouTube? Because I'd like to talk to you off of. Okay. Esta que se derrite un poquito. Now I'm going to take out the chicken, but I am gonna remove it from the oven. And then we're gonna remove it from the pan. Mm-hmm. ¿Cómo se está divirtiendo esto? Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna turn your attention to the chicken. Okay. All right, now this chicken is not fully cooked, but I'm gonna take it off. Oh no, I'm gonna remove it and we're gonna put it on a plate here. Okay, I'm gonna put this off to the side. Okay, I'm gonna turn this down because I don't want this to burn on me while I'm doing this. For this cheese sauce, I'm gonna add the rest of the cheese cubes. I'm gonna let these melt here. Okay. And I'm just gonna wash the pan, so give me a couple of minutes. I'm just washing the pan, guys. I'll be back with you in just a couple of minutes. ¿Sí? Esta buena parte. And we're going to do the same thing to the bottom half of the broiler pan. Okay. Now I'm going to wipe this pan here. And then we're going to continue. And I'm going to make sure that I'm not keeping behind on this cheese here, which I'm not. Just turn it down so it wouldn't do this to me. Okay, I'm going to wipe this pan dry. Okay, there's one. And then we're going to do the second. All right, and now we're going to add the chicken back onto the baking sheet. With clean hands, of course. Bring this back over here. Okay, it's just like that. Okay, skin side up. Okay, and then we're gonna put this back in the oven for 10 more minutes. Same temperature at 400. Okay. Okay, we're gonna let that do its thing. All right, bring your attention back over here to the cheese. Okay, you can see this is, oop. Un tantito. Okay, let me go ahead and slowly mix this in. You can see that this is all mixed. Miren cómo está. Miren cómo está de espeso. Muy bien. Okay, esta ya está. Okay, now I'm going to add the cheddar cheese. Esta va a ser. This is going to be like around one cup. I'm going to add all of it. And we're going to allow this to melt. Okay, we're going to let this melt slowly over low heat. So we're going to let it do this. We're going to let this do its thing. Let it melt. Low heat. Okay, let me go ahead and get rid of most of the stuff because We're actually, I'm almost going to end this first half of the live stream because we're going to do the second half. So, Frank, if you can, when I say we're going to go to the second half, I will, if you would like to come to the second half of the live stream, please do so. my faithful viewer, Mr. Blackhawk. Mr. Blackhawk Warrior. Hi, buddy. Esta está. I'm gonna let this melt. I'm gonna add I think I'm gonna add a little bit more milk. Maybe echarle otra. Turn this up. Voy a echar otra taza. Ahí está. Just bring this up to. It'll heat up because of the milk que estoy usando. I'm gonna mix this up here, and just so that way this can get incorporated. It's getting too thick on me, so I wanted to add. Oop. Se cayó. Muy bien. Es que se. Okay. Tantito. This came all the way over here to this side. Okay. These things happen on the live stream also. I have no control over lo que pasa. Okay. I'm going to allow this to come to a boil. Okay, now it's getting to where I want it. Okay. Mira cómo estamos. Okay. This sauce is almost ready. Okay, now, okay, there we go. Now that's what I want. Perfect. Okay. Okay, let me check nothing. All right, I'm going to turn your attention to the chicken. Okay. Okay, we're going to take out the chicken. Turn this down. No se queme. Okay. All right, we're going to flip the chicken over. And we're going to give it its first coating of barbecue sauce. So I'm going to go ahead and use the pastry brush. And I'm going to use this pastry brush to baste the first side with barbecue sauce. Now, this is the barbecue sauce that I made when I made that on July the 4th. When I made that brisket dinner. Y'all can refer to the live stream for the recipe for the brisket dinner. And in that live stream, the barbecue sauce will be in there. Okay. Okay, so let me go ahead and start painting here. All right, now I'm going to put this back in the oven for 10 more minutes. Okay. Okay. Mm. Mm. Deliciosa, deli, deli. Mm. Look at this sauce, guys. Mm-hmm. Mira cómo está. I'm just letting it melt and do its thing here. Mm. Oh, okay, good. We're at 70 still. Oh, cool. Okay. Okay, we just want to mix this until the cheese is well melted. This is going to take a few minutes. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and put some water on for the second half. Okay. Now we're seeing that this is melting slowly, which is what we want. Mire cómo está todo. Okay, let me go ahead and get everything situated for the second half. Just throwing away some trash really quick, guys. Mira cómo está. Okay, now it's starting to turn a light orange, just a little bit. Okay. Oh, continue to stir this. Okay. Okay. All right. See how this is starting to turn a little orange? This is what we want. And want this sauce to be nice and creamy. Okay. Let me go ahead and get ready for the second part. Okay, 10 minutes. Now I'm going to do this one more time, and then I'm going to sign off and get ready for part 2. So we're going to flip over. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I'm going to give it the second coat of barbecue sauce. I don't put the oil just yet. Things ready. Okay, I'm going to give this another coat of barbecue sauce. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put this back in the oven for another 10 minutes. Same temperature. Okay. All right. All right, we're at 0 people. Okay. It's going all right, Frank. Okay, well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for part 1. Remember, part 1 was focusing on the chicken and making the macaroni, the cheese sauce for the macaroni and cheese. Now, you'll see what's next in part 2. We're going to make the rest of the sides, and I'm going to tell you all what we're going to be having as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys for part 2.